Hey Hodies, welcome back to my channel. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to go through the testing drawer as I mentioned in the last video. Hi, if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My channel is mostly about loving my makeup collection as it is first and foremost, while being critical and cynical about new makeup releases and being very discerning whenever I do decide to invite something into my makeup collection. I fully believe that we are all welcome to navigate the beauty space however we want, but I like to focus on just, loving what I have. But I also love makeup. I love to explore new formulas, and I do sometimes do reviews on my channel, so it's not, explicitly using everything that I own all of the time, but that's mostly what the heart of my channel has always been about. So if that content sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. I'm on patreon.com if you would like to support me there. Over there you can find my podcast with my friend Kackie of Kackie Reviews Beauty, and I do additional content outside of the podcast as well if you're interested in that. But if you can't do Patreon or you don't want to do Patreon, no problem. I love a comment, I love a like, I love a share. Those things are all really fabulous. But thank you to all of my current patrons. You make this happen and I really appreciate it. I also have another podcast with my friend Tiffany. There should be a new episode as I post this video, so go check that out. It's called Recollect. You can find it on Spotify. It's a music history, very fun podcast, so check that out if you're into that and want to have more content from me. So everyone, welcome back Maria. Everyone, welcome her back. I don't know that many of you were here whenever Maria first made her appearance. This is Maria. It's my little mustache. I love her. I've missed her. It's time. We'll see though. Sometimes whenever I see old videos with Maria, I think, wow, that looks really good. And then sometimes I see old videos with Maria and I go, ooh, I don't think that looks very good at all. It comes, it goes. I had been using the Auric lip balm. If you follow me on Instagram already, then you already know this, and feel free to follow me on Instagram. You don't have to. This is the Make Serum Balm, and I have the shade Halo Moon. This has been the lip balm that I've been wearing since I got rid of the Auric. I like this much better than the Auric. I'm a big fan. In fact, I might make a commitment. I almost bought more whenever Make had their Labor Day sale, which the Labor Day sales really almost got me this year. They really almost did. I didn't buy anything. I can't believe. I was really struggling for my life there. I almost was like, let's do a Ritual de Fille video. And then I was like, let's hold off. But it was so funny because whenever I was looking at the Ritual de Fille website, I've tried a lot of it, just not all of it very recently. But because I've been so interested in Ritual de Fille, let's use the samples that they sent me. I think that's like primarily what I want to use. So this will be like sort of a Ritual de Fille video. I don't know if I'm gonna use the 3-drop foundation. I'm more interested in, these are like their original concealers that come in the pot. And then we will also use Intuition because I have it. I want to use this eyeshadow. This is one of the ones that Danny sent me. It's red. So, but also let's not focus too much about how this look ends up coming together because I don't know that it's all gonna go together. I just want to put some stuff on my face. I don't think I want to use this foundation today, the Sublimage Latant. I don't think this is where I want to go. These are going to be the focus. I will grab things from the testing drawer as we go if I want to fill things out, but I'll let you know what I'm using at any given time. The Labor Day sales, I got in my head, this is going to be I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham primer. I'm almost done with it. It's just the regular one. It's not the golden one, but we're going to start with complexion tone, or we don't know where we're going. So I looked a lot on the Ritual de Fille website, and so what I'm probably going to do whenever I do Ritual de Fille is I'm gonna buy some things full size, but they offer samples, and so I might buy a few samples. And with the samples, you pay $15 and then you get to the samples and then you have $10 credit towards whatever you end up purchasing from them next. I think you have 90 days to redeem those things. So I figured I could buy a full size of one thing and then I could buy some shades of it in sample form so we can get a couple different, just the look, just get to see a couple of different shades in that formula. But then I was also there are some things that I used to have that I no longer have. I'm trying to remember all the things I've tried from Ritual de Fille. I have the highlighters, so I have those. I've tried the 3-drop foundation. It wasn't for me, and I have a detailed video on it. But I didn't do the eyeliner. I don't think I ever really talked about in great detail on my channel, and I didn't really like it very much. I haven't tried it since I've enjoyed potted gel liner, so I might want to try that again. So it's all those things. So I'll try to buy as many samples as I can, but because I don't need another full-size gel pot liner. So then if I buy enough samples, then I have a handful of dollars towards a full-size product that I would end up enjoying. So that's kind of my plan whenever I do touch down on Ritual de Fille. I'm very grateful that they provide samples. Why did you give yourself more work, Tom? Why couldn't you just look it up in the moment? Let me look it up for you. www.ritualdefille.com. Oh, there's a pop-up and oh, I got it for you. Let me now put it in a lower third for you. This was really worth our time, wasn't it, Tom? Wasn't it? We have 2 of these. Added some stuff to my skincare routine. Do a top shelf video coming up shortly. I don't know. I feel like my skin's been looking really good recently. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is a swatch test of each of these on my face just to see which one's better. So I'll put Galatea. They have a lighter shade than this on their website, and I think that might be the best one for me, but we'll try both. I'm just gonna do like a finger swatch on the skin. Like I think that's gonna, well, it might be too yellow. And then this is supposed to be the neutral red, and this is the shade Sarah's. I might be somewhere in between. Let me blend them out. Oh no, Galatea really looks much better. It's Galatea. I do think I want to use a foundation brush. I'm not really sure how to pick this up out of here. It's such a small little container. I mean, it is a sample, and I'm aware of that. Let me just put it on half of my face, see how this looks. The 3-drop foundation, while I like a dewy finish, I felt like it sat on my, like as a refresher for those who didn't watch my hour-and-a-half long video about it. The problem was it was sitting on my skin and not becoming one with the skin, and it just looked really wet. That might be the desired effect, but I didn't feel like it was just very friendly and kind to my skin. But everyone who I know to have drier skin than me on YouTube seems to have really enjoyed it, but it wasn't for me. This is much more skin finish that I'm getting, but I would say has a little more coverage than the 3-drop foundation. The current iteration of the 3-drop foundation has a lot more coverage than one would think, but I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks a lot. I think it's a good match. No, this is the shade they recommended to me whenever I tried the original 3-drop foundation, because whenever they were doing that foundation, they did like a lab sample release, and I remember them matching me to this shade, and I thought it would be too yellow, but it's not really too yellow. I thought the match that I had in the 3-drop foundation was good, but now that I have these testers, I'll try the testers again. It could be a shade thing, but I don't remember the shade being very off. I did rehome that to my friend Andromeda. Wow, I talk about Andromeda in like every video. Shouts out to Andromeda. They're the star of my videos. I'm no longer the star of my videos. It's Andromeda's world, and I'm just living in it. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna put some, like, just as concealer under the eye, like a little more thicker. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm gonna put a little more right here, a little redness in my cheek. I started doing a more intense retinol, which is something that I'm gonna talk about when I do the favorites video. I mean, it's still early daysing it, but it makes my face tingle, and I love things that make my face tingle. I know that some people aren't like into that feeling, but I love whenever there's a physical response on my face. Like I love whenever it feels like something is happening. That's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know that I'm gonna have a use for this shade. Someone said they use it as a color corrector under their eyes. I don't I don't do all that. It looks like a good match. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the monitor over here. Yeah. Maybe that is my shade. Okay. Big fan of that. Okay. We're off to the races so far. And then I'm going to use Intuition. I purchased this for my contour video, and this is what it looks like. This is one of their Inner Glow cream pigments. This isn't going to be the only one we use today. It's the only one that I have a full size of, so it comes in the same container that their highlighters do. Maybe we'll use one of their highlighters today. Kind of accidentally making this a Ritual Defee video, but not really, because they have a much more extensive range than what I have from them. They all have like a bit of like a lavender scent to them, so if you're not into that, I don't find that it sticks around, but a lot of their stuff has scent to it, like essential oil kind of scents to them. I know that some people are sensitive to that. I'm not sensitive to it, and it also is not, it, to me, it smells more like, it doesn't stink. So sometimes whenever people do those like florally scents, it's not like opening up a Chanel blush or anything like that. It's just kind of like, it's much softer than that. But these blend out really, really nicely. They're super easy to work with, which is, I guess, not really surprising. The thing is, the past couple Ritual Defee releases haven't worked out for me. So I tried. It's not a permanent product yet. I think it comes out next summer. I thought it was supposed to come out this summer, but then I think I misread something. It's something that has come back a handful of times in the interim. It's like a blue highlighty, well, I think it was kind of billed as a primer, but kind of billed as like you can do whatever you want with it. And I had it for a while, and I also passed that on to Andromeda because they love it. But it wasn't something that I hated. It wasn't something that I loved enough to keep around. It was a good product, but it wasn't something that I adored. And like, I really adore Ritual Defee highlighters. So it was just like, I don't adore this, so I'm not gonna hold on to it. But I think a lot of people would like it. So here we're contoured a little bit, we're a little bit sculpted. But yeah, the Inner Glow cream pigments are so easy to work with. And I think they look really intimidating in the container. And then I think once you start working with them, it's one of those things that I feel like you have to kind of trick yourself into remembering Like, this is really easy to work with, but like, why do I think it's not? Because it's never been hard to work with. We're gonna use Arrows as a bronzer. This is the same product. It's just a different shade. It's a really pretty bronzer. I don't need another bronzer right now. This is not something I would buy a full size of unless I was in need of a bronzer. But to get to try the sample of it is really nice. I know that Hannah Louise Poston wears this as like a cheek shade. Like, look at how pretty that is. It works beautiful as a bronzer. It's like almost just like a straight brown, maybe with a little bit of rosiness to it, but it's not, I don't know, I don't see the red so much. Like, I wouldn't wear it as a blush, but like Hannah, the way that she does her face makeup is very different from me. Like, she doesn't do like the Neapolitan thing, and I like very much do the Neapolitan thing. This side has it. This side does not. I really like the way that I really like this. I really like them. I've just been, I guess, trying all the wrong Ritual Defeat products. Even though I haven't enjoyed the last couple of things that I've like purchased from them. Well, that's not, I really like the Inner Glow Cream Pigment. I've been using it for a while. But the things that, the last couple like detailed reviews I've done from Ritual Defeat, I haven't really gotten on with them. But it's like, it's almost made me forget that I actually just really like their products, a lot of their products. And I really always am rooting for the brand. I think they're a good brand, you know? I'm rooting for what they do. Is anyone else having just like the weirdest couple of weeks? I feel like I've been having like the weirdest couple of weeks. I am ready for that weirdness to be over. Now, my biggest problem is that Venus is in retrograde. Listen to me talking about astrology. If you know, you know. But recently, like, and I don't know, maybe it was like a month ago at this point, Kackie did my birth chart on our podcast on Patreon. Found out a lot about myself, but then it's been pointed out to me that Venus is retrograde, and then I like looked up what that meant. It's like I'm very much experiencing that. Mercury retrograde, I'm like not feeling that as much. It's very much the Venus retrograde, and it's like, what's happening? Okay, so we're gonna do, I think, an intense blush. This is Blood Flower, and this is another Inner Glow Cream Pigment, and this is a red blush. And so okay, so it's described as translucent, and I would say, I guess I agree with that. I was pretty scared of it. Oh, it looks more like a stain. That's what it looks like in there. Or is this one of their Nectar Pigment Balms? I've had this before then. Anyway, we'll wear it. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I like a cream blush, not like a balm blush, but I never had issues with these. I just was never wearing them. The thing about these is that they kind of aren't, I don't know. I like a blush with a little bit more of like a presence. And I also like nudier blushes. Like, you know, we talked so much about beige blushes whenever I was reviewing, or like whenever I was testing out Kackie's blushes and how much I like beige blushes. Mimi, Inner Glow, that's really where I live when it comes to blushes anymore. And then I also, you know, like love a peach. And then I also just got this blush from Chanel, the mauve one. Whenever I put it on and all of you were like, wow, that really is a spectacular shade on you. The validation that I felt in purchasing that product from all of you really felt good. And I don't mind like a dewy blush. I don't know. These aren't really for me. Like, I don't know. If they ever like did more colors, like I really like the shade Wasp because it was like a yellow blush and that's really unique. That's an exclusive to their website. If you look at, if you've only ever shopped like through Ulta for them, you wouldn't see some of their shades. All their really cool shades are site exclusive, which is, it's smart because the shades that they keep for themselves are really the coolest. So Wasp is one of those. And one of the highlighters I have, the Chimera, it is also a site exclusive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the way that, I mean, I think it's pretty. Like, it's a pretty color, but it's just like, I wouldn't wear this. We'll just continue down the Ritual Defeat path. I think that this look is going to ultimately be pretty warm leaning. So I'm going to use Phosphine as my highlighter today. This is one of their Rare Light Luminizers, and so these are like just like more like a regular cream highlighter. They have the metamorphic highlighters, and those have like shimmer particles in them. All of them are very good. I like both formulas quite a bit. I've just been more into like that recently than I have been into like the sparkly ones. I think it will swing back around though, but it might not. And if that time comes, I'll rehome them. But like, just look at that. That's really beautiful. Look at that. Just like, look at it. Look at the dip. Whenever I do the Ritual Defeat video, I might buy another shade in the Rare Light Luminizer because, that's so good. Okay, now I'm going to powder my face. It's so funny because like whenever I do complexion first, I feel like my videos go so fast because I normally spend a lot of time on the eyes. at least, yeah, I guess I actually spend a lot of time on the eyes. And it doesn't feel like I spend a lot of time on the eyes, but complexion I kind of have down pat. Like, you know, I do the same, and the placement's always the same, so it's never like confusing whenever I'm like doing it. But like for a video where we're testing out some stuff, it's going really well so far. I mean, I trust Ritual to Fille. I do. In Ritual to Fille, I trust. We're gonna put more Ritual to Fille on the eyes. I don't think it's gonna work very well, but we'll see. We'll give it a chance. We're gonna try putting one of the Inner Glow cream pigments on my eyes. Creams on my eyes just do not hold up. Multi-purpose products, it's normally I put them in one place and then that's the place that they go. That's how I navigate multi-use products. If I put it on my lips first, it's just a lip product now. If I put it on my cheeks first, oh, it's a cheek product. Someone did ask in my comment section whenever the Kackie video went up, they were like, why is no one putting that on their lips? It looks like a formula that'd be good on their lips. It's like, it just didn't even cross my mind because it's like, I don't know. Multi-use products. It's, to me, and it's not the same at all, but in my head it registers as like an all-in-one shampoo conditioner. What's the last thing? Isn't there a three body wash? That's how it feels whenever a brand is like, it does all these things. I'm like, does it do them all well? Multi-purpose sticks have existed for a long time and people buy them. I might be in the wrong. Look how good my skin looks. Ooh. Oh, I didn't do my last powder yet. Look at that pan. It's almost time for me to buy the Sisley one. If Sisley would have done a sale over the weekend, I would have bought it. I did look at some other websites to see. I'm like not almost done with this, but I also don't want to be completely done with this when I have the Sisley one so that I can make my decision. And if I don't like the Sisley one more than this, then I can keep using this one and then rehome the Sisley one. But my intention is to use the Chantecaille one all the way up, but I want to know if I would move on to the Sisley one when I'm done with this, or if I would want to come back to the Chantecaille one. That's what I meant by that. But I intend on using this all the way up. Could you imagine if I was just like, and I give up? No, I love this powder too much. I would never. Actually, you know, the cheek's looking pretty good. Even with the red. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so averse to like red tones. Well, we're gonna put red on my eye. Well, a red-ish color. This is Eclipse, and it's a black aubergine, and this is an Inner Glow cream pigment. Okay, so it reads more purple. I think that will work with this shade. This shade from Tammy Sigil. Tammy. Any word? Did any words come out of my mouth? I've never put one of these on my eyes before. Of course, I was very comfortable using them on my cheek because I have used them on my cheek before. I don't know if I should use eyeshadow primer, but also I guess I don't really care. I'm not going anywhere after this, so it's like let's just try it. I'm just gonna tap it on the outer edge here. I'm just gonna make a little bit of a shape. Since I'm not going into any other palettes, I'm just using the eyeshadow. Okay, it's working really well as an eyeshadow. I have used one of their gelays before. I don't know that I've ever used one of their eye sets. I'm interested in trying the eye sets. The gelays crease, which now I might like a little bit more than I once did. Because the first time I tried the eye gelays and it just was like creasing all over, I was like, I'm not right into this. But that was like a different phase of my makeup journey. But now I kind of like creasing. Actually, I really like the way this is like. There's no way that stand the test of time without primer on my lids. But like for the purposes of just like throwing it on there, it's doing something. Like it's not like the Merit one at all. I feel like there's no way, unless I put powder over top of this, like a powder that's the same color, that this would hold up, but it's pretty. Again, I'm into that grungy, creasy look, so it's not a bad thing. Maybe something I wish that Ritual to Fille would do, now this is a Ritual to Fille video. I wish they made minis. Like, those eye sets, it'd take me forever to get through one of those. Same with the eye gelays, you know? Like, it would just take me forever to get through one of them. I mean, they could do it with their blushes, too. I'm assuming that that's really expensive for an indie brand to do. And then also making them. So, it's not really a critique, it's just like, it'd be nice because I love this color. Oh, I love this color. It's really pretty. Maybe Ritual to Fille will be the next one. Because I'm really loving what we're doing here. The shade from Tammy Tanuka I think is going to be much more potent than this. If I was doing like a really easy shimmer, I think this would be enough. But I think I really want to get the outside to be as dark as I can get it. Like as dramatic as I can get it to look. So I'm just not going to blend it out as much. I'm just gonna keep it right there. You know what I feel like right now? There's two people I feel like. I feel like Danessa Myricks, and I also feel like Katie Jane Hughes, where just like everything's a cream. I feel like Katie Jane Hughes is like really big into like, she would wear something like this on her eyes. Maybe not this dark, but like something this emollient. I feel like she would really wear. Oh man, that's so pretty. I love this color. Black and purple. That's sexy. Oh, I'd wear that. Oh, I'd wear that. But like, this is like a color where like, if I bought the full size of this, I don't think it would do me very good. Like, I don't think it would make a lot of sense for me to have the full size of this. I don't think I would ever get through it. But if there was like a mini version of it and I was just going to use it on my eyes, it would last me a really long time, you know? Because I don't know that I would want to invest in like a whole one of these because I don't know what else I would use it for, but I love that. Oh, I can already see it creasing in a really sexy way. Oh man. That's the shade Eclipse from Ritual Defeat. I didn't know that we were doing a Ritual Defeat video. I really didn't. I like that was what I wanted to test today because I had little testers of it, and I think because over the weekend I was like, that was the Labor Day sale that almost got me to pull the trigger. I did look at About Face, and then About Face isn't super expensive, so I could kind of do that whenever I want. But I'm also kind of feeling like I could stop here. I'm not going to because I do want to keep playing with stuff, but like, oh man, I really love that. Okay, pull it together. So I think I don't want to do my next review unless PR would come my way. My next brand review won't be done until everything in this testing drawer has been decided on. And I'm not rushing myself and I'm not trying to rush through it to get to be able to do an in-depth brand review again. I want to get through all of that, and then I also think after that I'm gonna give myself like a month or two with just what I have, and I'm not gonna be too stingy about it. Like if something really sparks joy, it's like not like a no buy, it's just like if I find a thing here and there that sparks joy that I want to try out, I'm gonna allow myself to do that, but like obviously not with the same discerning mindset that I normally have whenever I'm excited about something and I want to try it. Let's try this. So this is from Tammy Chinooka. This is the shade. That's what it's called, and then that's what it looks like in the container. It is loose. So what I'm gonna do, and someone has asked about this before, and I have shown it on camera, but we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna take my palette that's dirty and I'm gonna wipe it down with alcohol. So then I'm gonna get the Mayron mixing medium, and I've used this. I started using this because Pat McGrath used it with her special shades, and then I was like, I need it for my special shades. And one of the things I bought from her before she had like the brand, the permanent collection, something I bought came with this, and so I was like, I want to try it. So this is a Mayron mixing medium. It has alcohol in it, I'm fairly certain. So if you're sensitive to alcohol near your eyes, there is the Duraline from Inglot, which I think does a similar thing. So I poured a little bit of that out on the palette and then also onto my leg. And so I'm going to take a spatula, one of these, and then I'm going to go into this and just take a little bit out and put it on my palette. And I'm gonna keep going until it becomes like a consistency that I like. This color is much more intense than I thought. So I'm just mixing it together on the palette. I don't even know if this is really gonna go. So I'm gonna swatch from the palette. That's not a very good swatch, but that's what we're headed towards. It's blood. It looks like blood. I'm gonna take a synthetic brush or a brush I really don't care about or that I don't use that often. I'm gonna just dip my brush in there so I have a little bit on here. I don't know that I'm doing a really good job explaining this. Anyway, so I'm just gonna put that on my eye. And I do this over, I've done this over a powder before too. It works. And then yes, that black is already creasing. That's okay. I was really expecting that. I'm going in with a second layer because it is super pigmented on the palette, but whenever I put it on my eye, it just, it's like almost like watercolor. And so some people were like, can you do like a watercolor makeup video? I don't know that I have like a face of makeup that I could do like that, but maybe. I think it would be a lot of this, just playing with like the Mayron. So I actually thought the shade was going to be a little more special, but it is just kind of like a very, it's like I mean, not that it's not pretty, but it's just reading like a kind of not, I don't know, not like a regular red. It is pigmented. It looks like it's very, but like I don't know that I would need to use this shadow to achieve this. Like there's a shade from Natasha Denona that I'm thinking of from one of her palettes that I feel like looks kind of like this. So whenever it's wet, keep your eyes closed a little bit so that you don't crease it, because this does kind of have good longevity. The Mayron mixing medium, it adds a little bit of longevity. It's kind of sticky as it dries down. So you kind of have to make sure that you're getting the edges pretty quickly. What I normally do is I just do some of this until I think it's dry. Okay, I think I need to go back into Eclipse shade again and pack more on, because kind of what I thought was going to happen was that this red was going to be much more pigmented than I expected it to be. And then it was. So I guess I did expect it. I think I was, I was right. I just didn't go deep enough. I don't want it to feel like the aubergine is too overpowered, even though the red is much more of a moment. But yeah, make sure you're blending out those edges as soon as you can. So like while it's still wet, I didn't go fast enough, but I was also talking through it. But yeah, I think we just needed. But also the black might just be disappearing because of it just not wanting to stay on my eyes. But I still like the way it looks. I really love these like watercolor looks, and then it's like it just disappears. Okay, so that's where we're oh man. How sexy. That red's really pretty. I think it's popping more on camera than it looks to me in real life. Like, I think the camera's loving it a little bit more. Like, I like the way it looks in the monitors more than I feel like it's reading much more vibrant on camera than I think it is in real life. It's still pretty in real life. It's just not as poppy as I think it's coming across on camera. That's not sparkly enough for me. I think something in here could work. So maybe a little bit of this shade. And just like tap that over top. Playing with makeup is so fun. Yeah, that's the move. That's the ticket. I'm getting so much fallout. I thought the Tammy Tanuka shade was going to feel a little more intense, more special to me. So I used the other shade that was gifted to me by my friend Danny. And that shade was much sparklier. This one's not as sparkly as that one was. But it's still very pretty. It's just like, I love me some sparkle. I feel like I need an inner corner because of how dark we've gone, and like it's really making my eyes feel closed a little bit closed off. So maybe we'll go back into the Isamaya and find something. I'm not sure. Maybe this like pinky purple shade. Is that something? Oh, I think that's something. I feel like this look is very like almost finger painting. Like you could have done like this whole look with your fingers if you really wanted to. I think to continue the drama, I'm gonna use my Ash Victoria Beckham liner to put in the waterline and to tightline. I've forgotten all of my words. I recorded with Kackie before recording this, and I think I just used all my energy with her. But it really just feels like I'm just playing with makeup by myself. I mean, I guess I am. That's Molly. I know I talked about it on my Instagram. I feel I need to say it here. This is the last time we'll talk about it. So if I see it, I'll block you if you ask a comment. I'm just kidding. But that's Molly from the Big Comfy Couch. She's back there. She's here. She's present. That's her. I think that I need to dispose of the Surratt mascara. So we're going to use the Tarte Tartelette tubing mascara, which is, I think it's the last mascara I have open, which is, that feels nice. And it's good until the end of the month. But I am going to go back to that Releve when I'm done. Although, now that I'm putting this one on, I really like it. What is my problem with mascara? Like, why can't I settle? Am I just trying good mascaras and then I'm like, I think that's what's happening. I just keep trying good mascaras. You know which mascara I don't go back to? I haven't gone back to since I tried it, and it was a viral sensation at the beginning of the year. Was that the beginning of the year? Yeah, the Make Waves mascara from Tower 28. I don't know. I thought it was a good mascara, but I also thought it dried out. Like, it got really weird really fast and started tugging on my lashes. And I mentioned it in a video, and then a bunch of other people were like, that's exactly what happened to me. YouTubers out here still being like, it's the best mascara. And I was like, is it? Because if I'm not even going to get a month out of it, it doesn't feel like a very good value to me. Back to this. So the reason I like this so much is it doesn't give me the white ring of death. And every single time I wore the Auric one, it gave me the white ring. And I hate that. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I'm not talking about the eyeshadow. Like, look at the way my eyes look with this red on it. Oh, ooh, stunning. Oh, and this doesn't give me the white ring. It's a much thinner formula. I just really been like, it feels very nourishing. I think that's where I'm at. Let me wipe off the lip balm that I have on. We could try, I always wear Nashi Pear, but maybe this shade would go. This is the shade Peach Punisher. I don't know about that. I think the only red I have anymore is this one from Hourglass. Should I go with the red or should I go with a black? We're heading into spooky season. I feel like let's take Eclipse again and let's tap it onto the lips. And if it doesn't give me what I want, then I'll use the one from Black Moon. Look, I'm using it as a multi-use product. It doesn't feel very good on my lips. I'm gonna tell you that. I feel like it's staining my lips. Like, I feel like it doesn't feel like there's anything really on my lips. Like, well, it feels like something's on my lips, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna move around. It's not super consistent. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's try something else. Let's try. So I'm gonna take the Red Zero from Hourglass and then the Omen from Black Moon. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on the outside of my lips. Just like on the outside of my lips. We're just playing with makeup. Let's do it. I mean, we could stop there, but we're gonna keep going. I feel like I need a little more. Oh, I'm gonna spray my face. Just, finishing touches. So, this is what I call a bitchy lip. This is a bitchy lip. Oh, and it's serving. Oh man, I haven't had a bitchy lip on it. So, I haven't done a look this like vampy and dark in quite some time. And I had a lot of fun playing with everything in the drawer, like all of the Ritual de Fille stuff. I really like this. I love the way my skin looks right now. Like, I'd buy it. That's the shade Galatea. And then the other shade that didn't really work out for me was the shade Sarah's. It was like a little too dark. So, but there is a lighter shade. I think the Galatea was probably the best one. I think maybe the other one might be a little too light, maybe too porcelain. The Inner Glow Cream Pigment, so I used Intuition today, and I also used Eclipse. Eclipse is on the eyes, Intuition is what I used as the contour. Oh, and I used Eros too as a bronzer. A lovely product. Look at the way, look at the way my cheek looks. And then I still don't really care for the Nectar Pigment Balms, but it's pretty. I mean, I don't think it's a bad product. It's just like not a product that I would want to play with very often. Then the highlighter, Phosphine. Ooh, I even probably could have used a cool tone highlighter. Like everything there's a lot of warm and cool I feel like playing on my face right now, and I think it all looks really good. This was really pretty. I don't think that this is something that I'm gonna keep, but I don't know that I'm gonna wear it very often. I do think I have red eyeshadows that perform just as well as this, and it wasn't sparkly as I'd like it, so I'm probably gonna pass on that. I do want to play with these 3-drop foundations that they sent me, because I'm now curious with this shade being on my face and like matching me. I'm wondering if maybe I do need to go something a little more yellow in their range. I like the way I look. Welcome to Men's Warehouse. Okay, that wraps up the video. Ooh. Hang on, we're just gonna be honest here. We're gonna be honest on my channel. I don't think I need to think too much more about this Chanel blush. Ugh, I forgot that I have that brush still. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The Chanel blush, I know I didn't wear it today. We're moving it into the permanent collection. I really like it. I don't have anything really like it. I'm gonna compare it to Condensate in another time, not in today's video. But I think we're just gonna be honest with ourselves. I think that's okay. That's it. That's the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and you enjoyed the vibe, I would love to have you stick around. Make sure you like the video, share it, check out my podcasts. That's that. Anyway, remember to follow your hote, and you will find me. I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye-bye.